Hello and welcome back to the Ouachita News Show. I'm Mitchell Waite here with Sarah Collins to keep you informed on the latest and greatest happening on our campus.
That's right, Mitchell. It has been freezing this week. What can we expect the rest of the week, Caroline?
Thanks, guys. The weather this week has been pretty chilly, but next week is going to be very, very nice. So starting today, we have a high of 59, and for those of you in Arkadelphia this week, you know the low is pretty chilly. Tomorrow, we'll have a high of 60 degrees and a low of 25 degrees, and Saturday, we'll have a high of 63 and a low of 25. Sunday, we'll have a high of 69 and a low of 39. The weather is warming up and things are starting to heat up because it is the Battle of the Ravine week here on campus. Monday, we have a high of 73 degrees and a low of 42 degrees. Those nights guarding the Tigers will be cold, everyone, so make sure to grab a blanket before heading out to guard our Tiger. Tuesday, we have a high of 75 and a low of 48 degrees. Wednesday, we'll have a high of 71 and a low of 61. Have a great week, y'all. Predictions are by AccuWeather. Back to you in the studio, Mitchell.
After a season of no football, Tiger football is back and is currently 8-1. This week they play Southeastern Oklahoma State University. Julia Shantz has more as the team prepares for this week's game and the Battle of the Ravine.
After having no football season last year, players, coaches, and fans have been awaiting the 2021 football season for almost 2 years. And now that it's here, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach Jay Derby has spent most of his time preparing the team for this very moment.
Well, it was a long time coming because it's been almost 2 years since we had played a football game, and we had a lot of practices. We were able to practice, we just weren't able to play games against an outside opponent, and so a lot of practices against the same team really kind of got monotonous over time. But we did a lot of recruiting mainly was our main focus, and felt like we brought a lot more depth to our football team.
The football team overcame many challenges throughout those 2 years. But Derby reflects on what made having no football season so difficult.
The biggest thing is the disappointment of that senior class that didn't get to play. They had prepared so hard and so long for that, and then there were several times, probably almost 4 or 5 different times, where we actually thought we were still going to have the season according to the NCAA, and then it just basically got taken out from under those seniors.
The Ouachita Tigers are currently 8-1 and looking forward to the rest of their season and hopefully another championship ring.
I think really just the fact that our football team is in position to have another chance at a championship, and then also getting to play in the Battle Ravine at Cliff Harris Stadium. I think the whole campus, the whole town, the whole county really looks forward to that ball game.
With the end of the season in sight, defensive end Anthony Freeman has his eyes on the prize.
I don't know how the conference looking right now, but winning conference and just finish it off getting to the playoffs.
For senior offensive lineman Peyton Stafford, getting to play another season meant more to him than just football. The game has also brought him friendships and memories that will last a lifetime.
Definitely getting another year with the guys that I came in with, because a lot of the guys that I came in with didn't redshirt like I did. So getting that extra time with some of my best friends to play football has been incredible, and just the team that we have this year is really close.
The 2021 football season has brought back a new sense of Tiger pride and normalcy here on campus. With way more wins than losses, after 2 years, this has been a season that Tiger fans won't want to forget. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Julia Shantz.
Thanks, Julia. As always, the Battle of the Ravine is expected to be a great game, and you won't want to miss it.
For this week's Outstanding Tiger, I had the chance to talk with Jennifer Shelton. She works at the Pregnancy Resource Center in Allen, Texas. Here's more about her journey with this organization and how she is making an impact as a Ouachita alumni. Hello, and welcome back to the Outstanding Tiger of the Week. This week's Outstanding Tiger is 2003 grad Jennifer Shelton. Jennifer is a biblical studies major who is now the executive director of Real Options Pregnancy Resource Center in Allen, Texas. I had the privilege of interviewing her, and I'm excited to show you all about it.
Ouachita gave me such a foundation that I don't know if I would have had anywhere else. And I mean, it not only gave me an education foundation, but it gave me a spiritual foundation. It gave me leadership foundation, because I got to watch these other amazing leaders and professors and got to model my career and my leadership from them. And so it's not just the education. It is so much more than that. It is a family. I mean, for probably at least 20 years afterwards, I had contact with professors, and I would email them and ask them a question, and they would, email me back or support the ministry I'm involved with. So it really is a family.
Jennifer's career is a little bit different than everyone else's.
I have been at the ministry that I work for 18 years. So literally, I graduated Ouachita. I moved all my stuff to my parents' garage, and was looking for a ministry position. Knew I wanted to work with women in crisis, and I didn't know what that was going to look like. And I had a friend who was moving back to the Dallas area and said, why don't you just come and look around, do some interviews. And I interviewed, and I didn't find anything, and then I sat down on her floor and said, there has to be women at a pregnancy center. So literally, I opened up the Yellow Pages. I know you don't know what that is, but Yellow Pages, and I found Real Options, and I called, and I said, do you have any job openings? And she initially said no, and then she said, actually, yeah, a job's opening because I'm leaving. And so I went in that day, and because my predecessor was from Ouachita, they trusted me, and they hired this young girl right out of college, and I've been here ever since. And now I'm the executive director of this ministry. And just to tell you about Real Options, our mission is to save lives on earth and for eternity. So we help men and women who are in unexpected pregnancies see that there are other options for them, and love them well and introduce them to Jesus. And I've done that for 18 years now.
Jennifer has a few words she wants to leave us with.
I want to encourage you. You are the next generation. You are the ones that are going to change the world. And I want you to be encouraged, because I know that the world is a little crazy right now. There's so much division and things going on. But I want you to have peace in Christ and know that God has such a mighty future for you, and that your voice matters, and that it can change people, and you can introduce people to the love of Jesus that could change their lives forever. So be encouraged.
It was great catching up with Jennifer. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Sarah Collins. Back to you on the studio. If you know someone who is outstanding, let us know, and we might just feature them here on the Ouachita News Show.
The Student Nursing Association put on a fall festival for students that was filled with games, food, and fun. Georgia Richards has more on the Student Nursing Association and their fall festival.
Fall season is finally here. All over Ouachita's campus, we've been seeing students break out their cardigans, sweaters, and sweatpants. The leaves are finally changing, and the smell of Thanksgiving break is right around the corner. I caught up with SNA President Jana Millam to talk about the nursing program's fundraiser, Pumpkins, Puppies, and Pies.
Pumpkins, Puppies, and Pies is a fundraiser that we put together. It's going to have a little station set up where you can paint pumpkins, or you can either just buy one and take it back to your dorm and do whatever you want to, or you can go see some puppies and get your picture taken with puppies. Most likely we'll have little costumes that you can put on them, or like little party fun things like hats. And then pies is where you get the chance to vote for or credit your most favorite professor, the one you want to see get a pie in their face most.
With students buying more tickets to be able to pie their favorite professor in the face, we're all asking the question, how did this new fun event come to be?
Well, we had a meeting all together. It was the SNA officers, the SNA other members, and then other nursing majors. We got together and we sat down and talked of ways of how to raise money to further our education by buying, better equipment and stuff, so we can practice our skills and all that. And we just kind of thought of an idea close to like the season and stuff. It's close to Halloween, so we thought, oh, pumpkins. And then we tried to create, a little tradition that we could start, and we thought, who doesn't want to see puppies at least once a year while having fun painting pumpkins and voting for who you want to pie in the face.
Between painting pumpkins, potato sack racing, and cornhole, students were able to have a blast while also raising awareness and money for the nursing program.
This fundraiser helps the nursing program by allowing, other students to be involved with the nursing department because it's new on campus. Our first nursing class is graduating in May, so maybe 4 years old, so it's good to get people involved more with the nursing program and get us heard. And along with that, it helps us raise more money to, further our education and have better tools and stuff to use our techniques and skills on.
The nursing program made everyone even more excited for the fall season. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Georgia Richards.
Thanks, Georgia. That's all the news we have for you today, Ouachita, but be on the lookout for next week's show.
We will see you next week with more of the latest Ouachita news.